Considering the volume of cop dramas on television throughout the years, and the sheer quantity of seasons they last, it is safe to say that almost everyone loves cop dramas. Heck, even I love cop dramas. Police tracking clues, following leads, getting told by the chief that they got 48 hours to solve the mystery or they can turn in their badge. I mean, cop dramas are gripping television, but not many people are aware that Disney themselves attempted to create a teen-friendly cop drama near the turn of the century. That show was called Fillmore. Despite being a child of the 80s, I have continued to watch and enjoy animation throughout my life. At the turn of the century, there were some great cartoons. Over 20 years later, it's time to start remembering these fantastic animated classics like Teen Titans, Kim Possible, and Invader Zim. What if I shared with you all the details I can remember about these iconic animated adventures? What if I told you secrets about production and the talent that created them? Together, we can learn just how impactful these shows were to a new generation of viewers. It's time for us to reanimate our youth, Millennium Edition. At the turn of the millennium, the Disney Channel was a premium cable service, available only to those who paid for a cable television package that included the channel. Disney was able to reach a wider audience by running their shows on owned or partnered networks such as ABC, which Disney bought in 1996. Fillmore premiered on ABC's Saturday morning lineup on September 14, 2002. The Fillmore for whom the show is named is Cornelius Fillmore, a 12-year-old ex-con turned safety patrol officer. I mean, who else would be more suited to catch bad guys than a former bad guy? Partnered with the smartest girl in school, an equally brilliant officer named Ingrid Third, the duo combined their exceptional talents to solve various crimes that happen in and around X Middle School.
I'm asking once, Tony. Where are the other books?
They must have got lost in the shuffle.
This isn't about detention or suspension. This is it. You tell us where the books are or you're going down this time, Clementina. Expulsion, man.
The show is portrayed like a hard-boiled police procedural drama of the 70s and 80s. Shows like Dragnet, Hunter, and Miami Vice. The ex-middle school safety patrol is organized like the movies Beverly Hills Cop or Lethal Weapon, with officers, badges, a police commissioner, and the principal of the school doling out public image concerns like a city mayor.
Vallejo!
Principal Folsom?
Tomorrow morning, when the world finds out about this, my phone is going to be ringing off the hook. And the only thing I can tell them is that you people are on the case. Are you people on the case?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
The crimes presented in the show are based on crimes found in adult dramas, but scaled way down to a middle school level, like undercover stakeouts investigating mob-like candy sales, counterfeit trading cards, and an underground casino using smoits as currency. There are no overarching plots, serial crimes, or multi-episode story arcs. That would have made little sense for a show like this with this target audience. Therefore, each episode was a self-contained investigation. However, a few topics would ease their way back into conversation across multiple episodes. Themes such as Fillmore's delinquent past and Junior Commissioner Vallejo's cocoholism would present themselves whenever the characters had an internal conflict to resolve. Then there were also the constant threat of disbanding the safety patrol presented by Principal Folsom, wherein she would threaten to turn the force into a yoga studio or spa or something else if the team was unable to solve the crime or catch the bad guy. Strange how most of the things she threatened to turn the safety patrol into were things that relieve stress, specifically her own.
And a long, painful disband the safety patrol fall it will be. Get it?
Got it.
Good.
Where do you two think you're going?
Vallejo, we don't have the time, man.
This better not have anything to do with Winston Carter. I warned you two already.
Hosting an African-American lead, a Mexican-American junior commissioner, and an Asian-American forensics expert, among many others, it only makes sense that X Middle School prominently featured a diverse cast of characters and special interest groups as a healthy slice of these old United States. Cornelius C. Fillmore was a former juvenile delinquent recruited into the safety patrol. He used streetwise intelligence and intuition to track criminals, and his catchphrase, disco,
Disco. Disco. Disco.
was used whenever he discovered an important clue. As with any good cop show of the 80s, Fillmore diligently pursued his targets, despite leaving a trail of collateral damage in his wake.
Mind if I borrow these for a sec?
Fillmore was voiced by Orlando Brown, a child actor who got his start in the feature film Major Payne with Damon Wayans. After that, he had numerous roles in television shows like 3J in Family Matters and Eddie Thomas in That's So Raven, as well as a few movies. Sadly, Orlando struggles with addiction, while numerous arrests from 2007 to 2022 have left him homeless. Ingrid Third was Fillmore's partner. She identified as goth, with an almost Lydia Dietz aesthetic. A certified genius with a photographic memory, Ingrid used her book smarts to complement Fillmore's street smarts. Her catchphrase was crackers.
Crackers. Crackers. Crackers. It's a match for Tony's brand of pretzel rods.
Ingrid was voiced by Tara Strong, undoubtedly a living legend in the voice acting community. I mean, if you have watched any cartoons, any at all, ever, you've heard her voice. Horatio Vallejo was the junior commissioner of the Safety Patrol. Like any police chief, Vallejo had a rough road leading to promotion as junior commissioner, resulting in a drinking problem. He chooses to drown his anxiety in hot cocoa. As Fillmore's supervisor, Vallejo was left to agonize over the destruction Fillmore caused in his chases around the school.
Frank Bishop's also the best. He's our only chance of stopping this guy. We need him.
No, you need him.
Vallejo was voiced by Horatio Sands, a Saturday Night Live alum who performed parody characters including Sammo Hung, Matt LeBlanc, Elton John, and Rosie O'Donnell. Horatio has over 100 credits to his name in both film and television. In the fast-paced world of law enforcement, someone always reports to someone else, and X Middle School is no different. Dawn S. Folsom was the principal of X Middle School, fitting the trope of mayor or district attorney. Principal Folsom had a results-oriented, don't give me the labor pains, just give me the baby focus, and was overly stressed about the image of the school whenever crimes became public.
Now, Ingrid, let's go introduce you to the school.
Introduce me to the school?
Principal Folsom was voiced by Wendy Malick, an accomplished television and film actress with almost 200 credits to her name, including President Hagemeyer in Young Sheldon, and voiceover roles like Chicha, the wife of Pacha, in The Emperor's New Groove.
So, remind me again how you're related to Pacha.
Why, I'm his third cousin's brother's wife's step-niece's great aunt.
As a side note, the announcer of the series was prolific movie trailer voiceover guy Don LaFontaine, best known for his movie trailer catchphrase, "In a world."
Act 1, to protect and observe.
So to help tell her story, we hired that announcer guy from the movies.
When the storm hit, both our cars were totally underwater.
In a world where both of our cars were totally underwater.
Fillmore was created by Scott M. Gimple, a writer-turned-producer who would eventually become the showrunner for the 4th through 8th season of the infamous zombie show The Walking Dead. Scott was also a writer for the Simpsons comic books, and brought with him a cast of talented Simpsons writers to ensure Fillmore felt like a perfectly serious, but tonally kid-friendly, cop show. To this end, they adapted many popular dramas into episodes that were fun enough for kids, but smart enough for the parents watching along. For example, Episode 9, A Cold Day at X, parodies the Die Hard genre of one man versus a gang of thieves. Episode 11, Two Wheels, Full Throttle, No Brakes, parodies the Nicolas Cage movie Gone in 60 Seconds. And Episode 18, Immune to All But Justice, parodies Lethal Weapon 2's Diplomatic Immunity storyline. Chock full of pop culture references from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the writers of Fillmore wanted to guarantee the attention-grabbing through actions for the kids and throwaway lines for the adults. Furthermore, every character was named after a street or location in San Francisco. Scott Gimple was quoted as saying, "If a script crosses my desk that doesn't have the name of a San Francisco street, things are going to get ugly." And there's your trivia fact for the day. ABC broadcast 21 episodes at irregular intervals across 2 seasons. The Disney Channel on cable added Fillmore to their schedule in March of 2003, but airing only reruns. In September 2003, while 8 new episodes ran weekly on ABC, Toon Disney, Disney's second premium cable channel launched back in 1998, began televising Fillmore reruns. In January 2004, Fillmore was removed from ABC, and 5 new episodes were aired exclusively for Toon Disney subscribers, essentially ending Fillmore's availability to the public. In total, Fillmore's final episode count was 26. The theme song for the show was written and performed by Flick band Ookla the Mock. It appears on their album Super Secret as the intro to the song Das Übertuber, or The Mystery of Mr. P. What made this show so great was the outstanding writing. Being in my mid-20s when the show ran, I was outside the target demographic, but the subject matter and dialogue in Fillmore was intelligent, witty, and subtle, all at the same time. The show never talked down to its viewers, making repeat viewings more enjoyable when you hear something that you may have missed the first time around. Another reason I liked the show was the school itself. Just like the USS Enterprise in Star Trek, X Middle School was a living, breathing microcosm in itself, changing, developing, and growing throughout the series. The school had everything those kids needed, including safety patrol interrogation rooms and prison cells, prison classrooms. And yet somehow, some of the students still felt the need to commit crimes. Even Principal Folsom's heavy-handed approach to encouraging results from the safety patrol was always for the betterment of the school. True, she appeared more concerned about her own public image, but deep down she had a true fondness for the students and a vested interest in the success of X Middle School. Fillmore had the ability for widespread appeal, poking the nostalgia button of adults who loved procedural cop dramas, while appealing to the middle school crowd with witty and relatable motives and backstories, all while keeping the intelligence level ramped up to 11.
What we do is, if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Fillmore's cancellation is a crime in itself, and deducing the reasons are a mystery worth solving. To start, you really have to wonder if a kid-friendly cop show had a chance of surviving in any viewing generation. Perhaps the show was too smart for its own good. For example, in episode 1, Tamara Stahl, Fillmore and Ingrid required the help of a student named Randall, who was presented to the audience in a solitary, windowless classroom with teacher presentations fed in by video and a sliding metal cell door, like Dr. Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. Imagine trying to explain the origins of that reference to your kids. As previously noted, Scott Gimple brought many Simpsons alums to Fillmore, elevating the show with intelligence and wit, including throwaway gags that may have gone over the target audience's head. Many reviewers believe this to be the point that easily relegated the show to cult status as time moved on. Once the target audience became more aware of the true intelligence of Fillmore, they started to calling it CSI for kids. I venture to guess adults who are not into the idea would be shocked at the content or think that the show was too much for their kids to understand. On the other side were people who loved cop dramas and loved this show, like me. I attribute Fillmore's cancellation to the move from broadcast TV to premium cable. If you weren't paying for the service, you couldn't watch the show. It was that simple. But taking that line of inquiry, one must start to question, why did Disney move the show to premium cable? Was it because they wanted viewers to purchase access to the channel? Or did they move the show away from ABC's free broadcast because the viewership numbers weren't where they needed to be? Was the move to cable a symptom of illness or the smoking gun? To this day, Fillmore maintains a small but very vocal fan base that eagerly desires the series as a revival or a continuation, especially now that the show is enjoying its 20th anniversary.
Crackers. Fillmore, check it.
Who in the who's-its are you?
We're Officers Fillmore and 3rd from Mex Middle School Safety Patrol. Nice place you got here.
Well, it's kind of hard to afford a maid without an allowance. What do you want from me?
If this show was remade today, all I can say is please, please, please make the show the exact same way. Fillmore is perfect for binge-watching multiple episodes on a rainy weekend, feeling entertained with friends and snacks. Of course, that's not how things work in today's world of remade nostalgia, but I can always hope. If you are interested in delving into the seedy underbelly of X Middle School, I recommend the first episode of Season 2 called The Currency of Doubt. It has a 1920s underground speakeasy vibe, coupled with Gimple's signature blink-and-you'll-miss-it jokes. Certainly a definitive staple of the unique and imaginative storytelling Fillmore had to offer at the turn of the millennium. If you're new to the channel, I'm doing deep dives into the cartoons of my childhood, remembering every facet of the stories that defined my youth. I hope you enjoyed this video enough to hit subscribe and share it with other people. Leave a comment below so we can share our memories together and even make new ones. And you can leave me ideas for future videos. Maybe you could hit that notification bell so you know when the next episode is available too. See you soon!